Welcome to the podcast, voted one of the best in the marketing research industry, first in 2019 and again in 2020, and newly designated in 2022 by FeedSpot as one of Market Research's very best YouTube video locations. This is Research Business Daily Report. We are the only daily research news video presented Monday through Thursday most weeks, and focusing on one most important news item that has either been underreported or completely unreported. Now, RBDR does rely on viewer support, and we'll tell you at the end of today's video what you can do about that. I'm Bob Lederer, and I'm in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. Speaking of my years in research, I've had 27 of them, as you just heard, and one of the seeming truths I've basically bought into is that as the giant research companies go, well, so does the preponderance of research agencies. Now, if that is true, in the final quarter of 2021, the industry looks to have had finished a very strong 2021. The remaining piece of Nielsen, Ipsos, and to a lesser degree, privately held GfK, released financial data that demonstrates that aforementioned prosperous corporate standing. Start with Ipsos, which reported $2.1467 billion in revenue for 2021. But the real highlight in its report was the 16.85% increase in revenues and organic growth that was 17.9%. Of course, those results were in comparison with the COVID-impaired 2020 financial year. So Ipsos also provided a comparison between 2021 and 2019. And looking at that, 2021 organic revenue growth versus that in 2019 was up 10.4%. The big geographic difference maker for Ipsos business was the EMEA, up a whopping 19.5% versus 2019. Unfortunately, country lockdowns in Asia Pacific cost Ipsos a 2% loss in 2021 compared with that region in 2019. Next, GfK became privately held a few years back, so it no longer releases specific figures. However, its executives claim to have had a strong 2021 with high single-digit percentage net sales growth. Quoting them, GfK has become highly profitable again, with a strong outlook for future revenue and cash flow performance, stated at company release. Half of what we used to refer to as Nielsen reported full year 2021 financial results. Nielsen Global, which represented Nielsen's retail research business interests, was of course spun off and sold off earlier. The formerly recognized Nielsen Media Division had the numbers to report here, and they showed revenues of $3.5 billion, which were up 4.1% versus 2020, and 4.9% in organic constant currency. Similar results, the company said, are expected this year. That's a wrap on this edition of the Research Business Daily Report. Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's video, we hope you'll become one of our supporters, what we call an RBDR Patreon supporter, which means that you agree to provide a monthly contribution. It doesn't have to be very large, and no amount is too small. You can visit our exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR and select whatever level of support works for you. And we say thank you for that. We hope you have a good research day, and we will welcome you back here tomorrow, assuming you join us. Please do. Until then, please stay safe.